Ben, after a disappointing start to our pre-season campaign, how have the lads reacted in training?
Oh yeah, look, the result obviously wasn't what we wanted it to be, but very much giving people chances early part of pre-season, managing minutes. It's just hard because you do it in front of your fans. You want to give them something to be positive about when they're watching it. But look, we had a lot of young players playing, a lot of trialists playing. We've really focused more on the boys that are, going to be a big part of what we're doing this season, to try and work with them to show what they can do better. Done a little bit of analysis on it, and not as a massive group, but more individuals. Talk to them about different bits and pieces, because believe it or not, in all the bad bits that we did and the goals we gave away, there was some bits where we'd worked on in training, building into it, where the boys was taking on board what we was trying to get them to do, and then execution and timing of things need to get better. So yeah, look, the early part of pre-season for every club is balancing out minutes and trying to get the boys in the best possible physical shape. So you want to go along with that and win games of football, but that builds in ready for the first game of the season, that feeling of trying to get them wins on board, so we're feeling a real good place. So we're certainly not going to be getting down about losing a game, first pre-season game away at Averley.
You mentioned on Monday that a few lads just missed out on the game due to fitness issues. Do you have any further updates on those players?
So Lingy did some running before the game, but he's just felt something in his hamstring, so he certainly won't be involved tomorrow. It might be a few weeks yet with Lingy. I think he's getting scanned and all that sort of stuff, so we'll have more news on that as we get it. Josh Umara and Reece Gregor Cox, we always knew were going to be slightly behind. Reece has integrated back into training a few days now. Will be there tomorrow to do part of the warm-up and all the bits and pieces, but we won't risk him with any minutes tomorrow, but we're hoping to get him some minutes behind closed doors at Stevenage on Tuesday, so that'll be really pleasing for him and for us. And Josh has just been really unlucky. He's been obviously injured, but he's been ill, he's had an infection, so we've not seen him for a few days now, but that's just one of those things we have to deal with. So will that set him back ever so slightly? Maybe, but I don't think massively. It's just an illness like we all would get. So, but them three definitely won't be involved tomorrow. I think that's it as of speaking right now, unless anything changes overnight, but everyone else will be still there. We'll be still balancing out with minutes. There'll be still boys doing 45s. A few more boys might get slightly more because we're looking at their data and they're ready to play slightly longer. And there'll be a balancing out of, trying things with players in positions, managing people, building up as the weeks come on. Before we know it, they'll be playing 90 minutes games, but at the moment we're just building their minutes up along with the hard work they're doing in training.
On Wednesday, we have received our fixtures from the 24-25 season. How do you feel about our opening run?
Yeah, look, it didn't matter, honestly, who we got in that first 6 games. I'm going to look at it on paper and go, look, it's going to be a hard start. I'm really pleased we're at home for the first game of the season. It's always a good feeling to have a home game, first game of the season, ready to go. Playing against Wealdstone, which we know obviously there's been a change of management going into the summer, so we know they're going to come here looking to put on a performance, and they've signed some really good players as well, so we know it'll be a tough test. But we're all looking forward to that. And then we backed that up with Rochdale and Woking away straight after, and I feel like they're two teams that last year did okay, but I feel they'll be boys, they'll do better this year. I think Rochdale are sort of just below them playoff places, above the mid-table. I think they'll go higher than that. I think last year at the start, if we was talking this time, start of last season about Woking, I think everyone thought they was going to make the playoffs. They had a bit of an indifferent season, but they've recruited well over the summer as well, so I think they'd be strong. But look, I'm just looking forward to the start of the season. Really, the first month of it, you find out about each other as you go. Some teams will get off to a really good start, some other teams will have tricky starts. All I do know is that I want us to get off to a better start than we did last year. We drew away at Altrincham and then we lost our next 3. So when I look at a block of games, the first 6 games of our season this year, I want us to get off to a good start, because the better start you get off to gets you set up ready for the rest of the season. So, I'm just happy to see him, happy like everyone else. It becomes a lot more real when you know what's coming. That light at the end of the tunnel is someone coming the other way, and it's Wealdstone ready for us in that first game of the season. So all my focus and preparation around this pre-season is going to be geared towards the boys being their best moment physically, tactically and confidence-wise for that tough start that we've got ahead.